we are playing Devil's Elimination. That's how you say the word, elimination. Liminal, not elimination. Liminal. I can't read. Devil's Liminal. I don't want to. I can't want to say elimination. Probably because of the word elimination, and I'm fucking dumb. We're playing Devil's Elimination, which is part of the Fall in Love Visual Festival, presented by Studio Analog. I'm gonna message. It is an interesting looking game. Again, the link for the game is obviously pinned at the top of chat right now if you are watching live, but if you're not watching live, it will be in the description of the VOD, which I'll be posting at some point. I'll post the VOD at some point. I think that's right. The VOD will posted on YouTube by the time after the festival is over, so I might not have the festival link in the description. If it doesn't work after it's over, I don't know how festival links work at all in Steam. I assume they probably don't work anymore after it's finished, which is a shame. But I'll put the link down there anyways if I do post it and it's past the festival time. And if it doesn't work anymore, that's a shame. I'm just dumb. That's me. That's on me for taking this on to upload the VODs. Because I need to go into the extremely long streams and cut them out. And then I want to post them separately. That's what I'm doing for these Fall in Love Festival segments of my birthday weekend streams. But that's enough rambling from me. We should learn about what the fuck this game is. Because Devil's Elimination follows the story of Margot Silva, who's done everything she can to leave behind the trailer park in Arizona, where she grew up. I can't read words. Now all she has to do is focus on her summer job until she can leave for college. Her illusion of a quiet summer is shattered when a hungry ghost enters her dreams. What? Huh? Huh? What? The fuck? I'm joking, I've read this before. I'm read this before, don't worry. Margot must contend with the demon's claim. Margot must contend with the demon's claim on her soul, and how to stop ghosts from this life and the past that wants to take her future. I can read English words really good. It's a Yuri horror visual novel inspired by Azores Folklore. I can't read. I said Azores. I'm Undertale pilled. I'm Undertale brained. Oh no, Azores. He's driving in his car after a beer. And they also the smaller blurb on Steam says a Demon's Pact, a Final Summer. Yuri horror visual novel inspired by Azores Folklore. So yeah, I am playing this. It's also open to see if anyone in the server, the crypto server, is wants to jump in. Man, this menu music is pretty good. Just nice. We got myself some lovely title screen music. But enough about that. Let's start a new game. This is the demo we're playing right now. And yeah, I did some settings already. Let's go check it out. Devil's Elimination. Liminal. I can't read! Devil's why people I still question why people will trust me to read their games, because I can't read for shit half the time. I can't. My brain wants to fill in things. Devil's Liminal. Jesus Christmas. End my life now. Let's move on. This is a horror game. It features difficult subjects. Do I continue? Let's read content warnings. Content warnings are important. This game prominently features horror themes. Please review the content warnings for any potentially sensitive topics. Unless otherwise specified, these warnings are for written text. There's abusive parents. Description. Main character's parent is neglectful and abusive. This colors most of their interactions, and some physical abuse happens. Oh no. Sexual abuse? Oh no. Main character and other characters discuss sexual abuse that occurs in the past. Details are not explicit and is not ongoing. Always spoopy. Body anxiety. Main character's experiences anxiety about her body size, and there are a few scenes where other characters make insulting comments. Oh, god damn it! Honestly, I'm surprised it's a cult as a content warning, but also maybe I've never really heard of a quote content warning before. That's the first time I've encountered that type of content warning, but that's fine. Usually I'm okay with occult topics being covered in my fictional media, but that is not everyone. Anyways, poverty. Main character's family is low income, and she suffers from the living conditions this puts them in. A few times there is conflict/anxiety about the notion of other people seeing their living conditions. This stems mostly from the main character's abusive parent. Never good in a cult. The main character's family is low in. Oh, that's right. Other one. Wrong one. That's hot script actually, so I could properly see what I'm. Okay. Occult. The main character experiences and partakes in several occult happenings. She finds and uses spells, and a lot of the main conflict is in the story stems from the supernatural and unreality. The main character goes through events that might make her question what is real, and she mentions a few times that she wants to believe in supernatural and fantastical events. She's also quite detached from her life during the story due to the bleak nature of her home life. Okay, with those content warnings covered, let's get to the starting of the game. Again, if actually before we done, if those topics are to bother you or are not for you, feel free to leave now. And yeah, we're good. Very good. Let's start the game and see what Devil's Liminal has for us. I'm gonna have to fucking always emphasize the word liminal because I'm fucking dumb. It's already been decided. What do you choose does not matter. Okay. Fine. Let's see. Fine. Don't use some pushy. 1950s. A young man lay in the New York snow. Moments before, his face had been smashed in by a tire iron. You could feel the cold in his jaw, bruised skin. He swallowed. Blood had collected in his throat, in his nose and mouth. It was becoming harder and harder for him to breathe. Would he be able to get up and get home? Would it be the cold or choking? Would it be the cold or choking on his own blood that killed him first? In this moment, as he tried to ignore the chill climbing up his hands and feet, he thought of his favorite opera. He once managed to sneak in and see it during a Sunday matinee. It opened with an aging man on his deathbed, wondering the value of his work. And in his last moments before death, a demon came to him and promised him a second chance. Youth, a new life, and a beautiful young woman. As the man thought about the opera, he wondered, if these were his last moments, would a demon come to him? Could he ask for a second chance? A new life? The things he could do if he wasn't trapped by the money and circumstances. He woke up with some difficulty, sat up and brushed thin layers of snow off him. The demon never came to him. 2000's. June 7th. Sunday night. I go lay in bed. It was weird being back in her old bedroom after 2 years. She hadn't expected how much she would adjust to living in a dorm on the other side of the state. But now it was her home that felt so alien to her. Always gotta save. I love saving for no reason. I am a I forgot the word. I am a sporadic saver. I save like every other time because I am delusional. I'm delusional. That's not the actual word for it. But I like saving a lot when I do anything because I am hilariously weird. anyways. She rolled over and examined the art on her walls. Things she drew when she was a freshman in high school. Her old art was a little embarrassing to her, but it did serve as a nice reminder of how much she had improved. She was starting college soon. So I have to move this over here so I can work on things in the background. Actually, I can't really work on that while playing the novel. She wondered if one day she would be embarrassed by whatever art she made in college too. Odds are, probably will. I have to look back and say, oh, I could do. I look at how much I've improved. I could have done so much better. Fucking embarrassing. Imagine looking at your art again. Insane. But I feel that. Sorry, I'm working on. I'm quickly using W space time. I know I should be reading the visual novel. I am lovingly reached out to check out. I am ADHD. I have ADHD and I need to satiate my ADHD. I'm weird. Dark. So that should be enough for now. Anyways, sorry. For now, tomorrow would be her first day at work. She felt incredibly lucky to find a summer internship in her hometown. Apparently, they've been having a hard time finding recent high school graduates who are interested in social work. Ooh, social work. Take care of people, take care of oldens, the elderly. They told her it was a job that people were uninterested in. But Marco thought it might be that people wanted to leave the town as soon as possible. Probably, Arizona's weird. Like she did. The phone started buzzing. The text surprised her. She hadn't told anyone she had gone home. She was home yet. Hey, where's you back in town? Want to hang out tomorrow? Ooh, I personally, I'm not a big fan of procrastinating text messages. I want to send them out as soon as possible because I am weird. Also, kind of like that sometimes. Also, I am kind of anxiety. Like, oh, people aren't responding. I'm not impatient for responses. Like, I do appreciate a punctual and what's the word? Punctual and timely response. Timely response, I think the word is the phrasing for it. Timely response to messages, which is very appreciated because, you know, I get when things take too long, I get concerned and anxiety. Let's respond now. Because I'm weird. Mara considered whether or not she would respond. She was trying to make an effort to be more outgoing. It couldn't hurt to catch up with Lee, right? Lee! Sure. Let's try to plan something tomorrow. I gotta head to bed now, though. Now that she had at least given her an explanation, it felt safe to go to sleep. Okay. It was that time, so maybe yeah, I would have said that because he did message us anyway. So yeah, I would have. You still awake, so I probably would have done that anyway. But maybe sometimes I do wait until the morning to respond because then that's when I'm sure they'll probably read it. They got the notifications so that people don't reach their phones. I don't know why. Anyways, I mean, I'm just being my family now. Monday morning, June 8th, Monday morning. Even though she went to bed pretty early, Margot still felt exhausted when her alarm went off. She lay there for a while, staring at the ceiling. listening to the sounds of the news on the television in the living room. After a snoozed alarm went off a second time, she heard her mother knock on the door and walk in. Margot turned to look at her. Are you up for work? Are you up for work?
Yes.
Margot didn't really move from the bed. She doubted she was convincing. It's pretty hot out today. Over 110. Fahrenheit, I assume, because you're in Arizona. 110 should be fucking concerned if you're in Celsius. That's overboiling. Extremely overboiling.
Oh, in that case, could I get a ride to work?
Oh, okay, the game is actually fully voice acted? I don't think I knew that. I thought it was gonna be just small blurbs, like flavor text voices, like a bit like in the way that Danganronpa does some of their voice acting besides the Clash Trials. It's just like that's wrong. Like it's actually relatively fully voiced for the main characters, I think, which is pretty cool actually. Heck yeah. Now I'm rushing out the door as it is.
Okay.
Once her mother stepped back out, she sat up and started rifling around her dresser drawers for an outfit. She wondered what it'd be like to walk to work. Margot's work wasn't too far from home, but the Arizona summer heat was oppressive. Hot air rippled off the asphalt in the distance. Go clear my throat mid-read. Margot imagined a scene from a Western movie. Sorry, I am distracted again. Up there. We're good. Okay. In the distance, a shape broke the pattern of ripples. There was some sort of heat in the middle of the road.
Huh?
Margot narrowed her eyes in an effort to get a better look. What was it? When she realized she was looking at an animal, she rushed forward. She'd only seen a cat outside once before. She knew they wouldn't survive long in this weather. After leaning over to see whether there weren't any injuries, Margot crouched down to see if the cat was still breathing. The cat's belly slowly rose and fell.
I hope I can move her without hurting her.
Margot knew, at minimal, that the cat needed to get out of the road and needed water. In the business near her new job, she remembered visiting a veterinarian office. Ooh, that's good. Margot never had a pet before and wasn't sure how veterinarian offices worked. Would they accept walk-ins? I'm pretty sure they would. Especially if it's a stray, it's kind of, extremely injured. I'm pretty sure they'd allow that walk-in. She took off her jacket and swaddled the animal. Work. Margot hurried to work after dropping off the cat at the veterinarian. She was afraid her boss would think it was a lousy excuse for being late for her first day. Fortunately, she seemed to be understanding. The start of the day consisted of orientation for the new summer interns. Yep, I said that right. And being shown around the veterans' home. It was a retirement home for elderly and disabled military veterans. After lunch and meeting more of the staff, the day was almost over. Margot's new boss waved her over for a chat. I noticed your eyes during lunch. Do you have heterochromia?
Yeah.
Oh, she does. I can't tell. But I'll believe you. I can kind of tell actually here. I think that's your other pupil. It's hard to tell when this zoomed out. Why is she? Oh, she's Wordle. She's wordling. Oh, she'd be wordling. OCB wordling. Very pretty. Oh, that's that voice. Thank you. I don't think I've met anyone with heterochromia before. By the way, you're moving to California for college soon. Yes, in August. Okay, maybe not fully voiced. Most of it's voiced though, which is pretty cool. I'm saving again because I'm weird. I'm waiting because I'm weird. Bizarre. What do your parents think about you moving so far from home? Oh, it's fine. You're pretty brave. I ended up staying in Arizona for college. I wasn't able to live that far away from my family when I was 18. Yeah, I've had a lot of friends say that. What do you think you'll be studying in school? I'm not sure yet. Well, hope you'll enjoy working in the social service department here. I'm happy to answer any questions about being a social worker. After taking a bit more, talking a bit more about the veterans home and the residents, it was that time for Margot. It was time, not a lot of time. It was time for Margot to head out. Even check the vet. No, not gonna check on the cat. Okay, after work. Just as Margot reached the door in the lobby, she felt her phone vibrate. Okay, okay, we're still in the building. We haven't left yet. I'm still free if you are. Smiley face. That's probably a girl. Oh no, it's another guy. Margot felt flustered. With everything that happened that morning, she completely forgot to text Lee. Started fumbling her phone to type a quick response. Suddenly, she felt a bump, and her phone clattered to the ground.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there.
Ma'am?
It's okay. I shouldn't have been standing by the door.
The stranger crouched down to pick up Margot's phone. She handed it back to Margot with a smile. Don't worry about it. Have a good night. Margot quickly shook the embarrassment off. Shook off the embarrassment and got back to texting. I think now might be a good time to meet up. I'm free. I ain't doing shit right now. I ain't doing anything. I ain't doing shit. Let's meet up now. Sorry, was really busy this morning and forgot. I can meet up now. Meet the library. Meet the library. I don't want to see this man. Maybe hear a voice from me later. Probably not. I don't think it's in the fucking in the audio settings. It's the voice character. We'll find out though. Library. It had been a while since she'd been in the library in her neighborhood. Sometimes Margot would meet up with her friends, Nikki, and walk around the desert. Yep, that was right, the desert. They stopped at the library to have snacks. The desert. Paused. Yep, that's what. Walk around the desert. Words are fun. On weekends, she would sometimes come alone to read comics. Sitting there again felt nostalgic. Lee arrived a moment after she did. She looked exactly the same as she remembered. He looked exactly the same as he remembered. Hey, good to have you back in town. He's a skater boy. Margot smiled at him.
Thanks.
He sat down next to her and pulled a pack of cigarettes from his pocket.
Huh?
I thought you quit. It's hard. I keep starting again when I get stressed. Eat lollipops or something. I hear those are good. Eat lollipops or something. I don't know. People do that. It's the same. You can do the same motions with it or something. I don't fucking know. I don't smoke. Don't ask me. I don't fucking smoke. I don't know shit. I don't know. It might help. It may help. I'm not sure though. I'm just gonna nicotine patch or something. Like, eat nicotine gum or just to stop smoking, my guy. Your lung is here to die. Your lung is gonna hate you, my guy. Your lung is gonna hate you. Don't do it. She nodded a little as he lit one. So, where you been the past couple of years? There's a bunch of rumors. It's like we were talking one day, you dropped off the face of the earth. There's a bunch of different rumors. I've been in school. Rumors? I'm interested in rumors. What are the rumors about?
What?
Wait, rumors? Like what? Lee laughed and rubbed his neck, unsure how to put it delicately for Margot. Just dumb stuff. I wouldn't worry about it. No, come on. Let me know. I'd rather hear it from you than someone else. Mostly stuff like you're some kind of delinquent now. You dropped out! You're pregnant! You're a lesbian! All kinds of stuff! You're a lesbian! Chat, does he know? Chat, I don't think he knows chat. I don't think he know. I don't think he knows chat. I don't think he knows. Do you think he knows? I don't think he knows. Anyway, I don't think this guy knows, huh? You dropped out. You're a lesbian. All kinds of stuff.
Seriously?
Seriously? You're still saying that stuff? Why? Bored losers. That was yelling. They were yelling. There was yelling from the parking lot. Margot and Lee looked up to see what it was. Margot! Margot's mother had pulled up near them.
Huh?
Huh? Mom? I've been looking everywhere for you. Let's go.
Okay.
What? Margot turned to Lee to give him an embarrassed smile. What's happening? Oh yeah, I forgot about the whole. I forgot about the whole, you know, that one content warning. I forgot about that. He shrugged and put out his cigarette on the bench. See you around. They both got up. Lee gave Margot a quick hug. Yeah, see you. In the car, Margot looked out the window. Margot's mother, staring ahead at the road. I've been looking everywhere for you.
What?
What do you mean? You weren't at work. I thought you were busy. You didn't say you were going to pick me up. Well, I was off work earlier than I expected. You text me then, mother. Text me that you want to pick. Text me before you fucking come pick me up at work, my guy. I have a life, mother. I have a life, mother. June 9th. Oh, the whole day's passed. Tuesday morning. The last day passed. Oh. Margaret abruptly woke up. It wasn't her alarm, but a phone call that jolted her awake.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Miss Silva? We have an update on the cat you brought in. She's really just dehydrated, but has made a full recovery. Oh, that's great. Were you able to find out if she has an owner? We didn't find a chick. Do I need to pick her up then? Margaret didn't know what to do. She couldn't keep a cat. Normally, yes. But we can't find her.
What?
What? She said that already. Michael wondered if she was still asleep. We'll still need you to come in and pay for the treatment. Pay for her treatment. What do you mean? How'd you lose her? Ma'am, either way her medication costs money. Oh, okay, I'll pay for it when you find her. Margot hung up and rolled back over to sleep until her alarm went off. Then there was a knock at her door. Her mother walked in. Are you for work? Are you for work? She would not be able to wait for her alarm. Yes. It's pretty hot out today. Over 110. Margot pulled her sheet up further, as though she'd been able to squeeze out a little more rest that way. Same as today, huh? You want to ride? Probably be good for the ride. But also, we could walk and maybe find the cats. It's hot outside though. I'll take a ride. Sure, thanks. Alright, tell me when you're ready. From the other side. You really need to learn how to drive. Thanks, Mother. Thank you, Mother. Goodbye. Work! Margot arrived at work. Erica sat her down for a quick meeting. That's Erica. That's not Eric. I missed the A at the end of her name. I did some thinking last night on what I'd like you to work on. I think it'd be a good idea for you to help me organize the resident files. Gestured over to the filing cabinet, cartoonishly stuffed with files poking out from the open drawers. Obviously, the information in them is confidential, but take a look at some of the documents. I think seeing some of these files will give you a better idea what the residents are like. Then maybe you can spend some time with them.
Sure.
Sure. Where do you want me to start? Erica set about showing Margot the files and what needed to be done. Once Margot got into the rhythm, Erica stepped out and left her alone in the office. Margot was glad to be a quiet day. She realized she felt nervous about the prospect of talking to residents. What would they want to talk about? My tea's almost run out. Oh no, my tea. A knock at the door interrupted her thoughts.
Hey!
Excuse me?
Oh,
Margot looked up and put on a professional smile. How can I help you? I'm trying to find my grandma's room. 203? That's up the second floor. Want me to show you? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Voice acting. It's fun. They walked to the elevator and rode to the second floor. Why not take the stairs? You lazy fucks, I say as I take the elevator up and down the train station to work. But also escalators take a while. And yeah, anyways. Margot couldn't help looking at her. Where did they meet? Where did they meet before? Where had they met before? At the door. At the door. You bump into each other yesterday? Margot realized she'd been staring, and quickly turned away. Yeah. What other ring? So this is off topic. Where are the ring? There it is. Found it. Sorry about that. Don't sweat it. Did you start working here recently? Haven't seen you before. Yeah, I started yesterday. I'm just here for the summer. Oh, cool. Well, I'm planning on having a lunch. I'm planning on having lunch here. Want to sit together? Sure. I like sitting with people lunch. Fuck
sure.
it. You sure?
Yeah!
Lunchtime. Margot wasn't sure if the girl was serious about her lunch invitation. When is the next part again? It is at 12? It's at 1, okay. It's at 1. Got time. Mom wasn't sure if the girl was serious about her lunch invitation. Worst case, she figured she could sit by herself and do some drawing. After grabbing her tray, she looked around. There was various other visitors and staff scattered around. Sure enough, she saw the girl, sitting at a table in the corner of the room. The girl looked up and waved at Margot. Margot walked over and sat across from her at the table.
Hey, Margot! I wasn't sure if you were gonna join me. I came by to visit my grandma by myself today, so I was kind of dreading having lunch alone.
Fair. Lunch alone is scary and lonely.
She usually likes to nap around noon.
Yeah, lovely noon nap is great. Haven't had one of those in a while though. Nice noon nap. Usually have a nap at like. If I'm finished work, I fucking nap at like fucking 5, like a few minutes. But besides that, naps are nice though. Let's have a good nap.
hey,
What's up?
I don't know your name yet.
what's your name?
Oh, sorry. I got ahead of myself.
Bill extended her hand out to Margot. They shook. Margot felt something like deja vu.
I'm back.
Hi, back.
I'm staying with my mom for the summer, so I'm trying to find people to hang out with.
Hello, Beck. Okay. Before we continue more, I need to put my plate away from my breakfast/cake. I'm gonna go run and do that, and maybe pour myself some more tea. It'll be a few seconds though. Obscurant. Tea reloaded. Put it in the sink. We are good to go. We're good to go. Let's get this thing off the screen. Alright.
I get that.
Oh yeah, you mentioned you're just here for the summer too. That said, that was not... That, the inflection I gave was not correct for that sentence. Oh yeah, you mentioned you're just here for the summer too? Yeah, I just graduated from high school. Now I'm just working until college starts. Me too! Well, I'm helping my mom with work. I don't know if that counts. Sure it does. So your grandma lives here? What did she do in the military? She was in the Army Nurse Corps. She's pretty cool. They chatted for the rest of the lunch. To Margot, Beck seemed so animated and excited to meet her. As they talked, Margot started to feel a little less afraid of being home. Yay! Oh. Margot knew she was asleep. Just so felt present, aware. Was this a lucid dream? She had read about them before, but she couldn't remember if she had ever had one before. She sat up in her bed. How funny. First time she has a lucid dream, and it takes place in her bedroom. Pretty woman. A girl sat at the foot of Marco's bed.
Listen,
Hi. She didn't recognize her.
I need your help.
Woman.
My help?
Woman.
What's going on?
Woman.
I am trapped.
Woman.
I'll show you how to help me.
Why me?
June 10th. Wednesday morning. Margot woke up, groggy. She wondered why she rarely felt rested and awake in the morning. Maybe this time it had to do with that strange dream. She rolled onto her back and stretched out. Reaching out her hands, she felt something. A cat! The cat. What? Hello, cat. What? She looked up and to see a cat curled up in the corner of her bed. She was the same one from earlier in the week. The cat that the veterinarian somehow lost. How are you here? The cat stared back. From the expression on the cat's face, Margot had expected her to respond. Instead, Margot was left trying to fill the blanks from how she ended up in her room. Wait, how did we get to her room? We didn't cover that. She got home. Just start streaming. Also, we have to cover everything. It's not all important. But it's kind of important. Slightly important. Partially important. Anyways. Her parents had a strict no pet rule. She doubted her mother would have a sudden change of heart. Oh, how the cat got here from home. Okay, that makes sense. I don't have a litter box or cat food. She didn't know anything about taking care of a cat. She reached out to stroke the cat's back. The cat bobbed along with her hand. But I can't just leave you outside again. Margot's mother started knocking the door, startling both Margot and the cat. Margot turned to the door, feeling herself panicking. How could she explain this? The door turned, and her mother walked in. Are you awake? Margot tried sitting in front of the cat to buy herself time. Yes. I'm in when you're ready. Her mother turned and left. No reaction to the cat. Margot sat there, stunned and confused. There's no way just sitting and up more actually hit the cat. She turned around to check on her. Nothing was there. Well, that's weird. Moving on, though. We're just being cast aside. It was shaping up to be another quiet day at work. Marco sorted through the files, and after a while, found herself creating little stories about each resident. She noticed how much their examinations varied. Some residents seemed to only be limited by physical complications, others struggling with drawing a clock or knowing what time it is. After a while, she went from imagining what each person was like to imagining what she would be like in old age. Heck. Is there any way to predict something like that? She didn't really know her grandparents or how they might have passed away, so she couldn't make any guesses based on that. It felt overwhelming. She shook her head, trying to clear her thoughts. She couldn't think about this. She shouldn't think about this. She closed the file and started head for a moment. In her bag, there was a dull buzzing noise. She grabbed her phone and flipped it open. It was a text from Nikki. "Why didn't you tell me you were back? I had to find out from Lee. I didn't know you still talked to him." Margot felt her stomach twist with guilt. Nick was right to be mad. She briefly wondered when Nikki would have run into Lee. "I'm sorry, it's been really busy. Getting ready for college and working. It's only gonna get busier. We gotta hang out now. We can." You're right. We should go to the mall this weekend. Have you been? No, it opened while I was gone. Cool, let's do it. You know what? Let's be social. Let's be social. Let's make Margot be a social butterfly. Let's go. Great. Let's go check them all. Great. I'm excited. I'll see you that day. I'm free. So I'll see what day I'm free. Whee! After work, Margot got home, thought about her conversation with Nikki. She realized she hadn't really checked her messages, emails, or anything since she got home. She had no idea if any old friends had been trying to reach her. She logged in and scrolled through some updates. A lot of it seemed to be about trips to beaches and lake houses, dorms, shopping with parents. She felt a small pang. When she glanced at her new messages, there was a message request.
How?
She didn't recognize the name, but she couldn't help but being curious. "Is your dad Victor Silva? I think we might be related." Margot reread the message. Then her gaze shifted to the name and image. She kept trying to figure out who this woman could be, if anything about her was familiar. Nothing came up. Maybe she could ask her mother. She wanted to get something from the kitchen anyway. In the living room, her mother was on the couch. Her mother anxiously leaned forward in her seat as she watched a show on the television. It was a VHS recording her mother had made of a soap opera episode.
Mom?
Hey, Mom. I have a quick question. Her mother waved her hand at Margot and paused the show. "You know I'm watching my show, and it takes 45 minutes. She'd play again, signaling that the conversation was over. "Thanks, Mother, you're so great." Margot continued to the kitchen. Feeling pretty tired, she put together a sandwich. She carefully inspected the bread, making sure ants hadn't gotten to it yet. After eating it in the kitchen, she quickly washed up the dishes and went back to her room. Thinking about the message, the text with Nikki, Margot started drifting off to sleep. She heard a loud saw in the kitchen sink running as her mother re-washed the dishes. I see. I doubt we washed the dishes that badly. I doubt we were that bad at washing the dishes, so... You gotta love that. Thursday morning. Margot, hurry up and get to the living room. Margot instantly woke up at the sound of her mother's voice.
What?
What's going on? I need to tell you something about very important. Okay. Margot threw her clothing on as quickly as possible, wondering what could be so urgent. She rushed out of her room. What is it? I'll be here tonight, so be sure to lock up and turn off the stove before you go to bed. Okay? What's up? Don't you worry about that. Did I have to go leave my room for this conversation? Was there a need for me to leave the room for this convo? Mother? The fuck? Before work, walking to the veteran's home, Margot wondered where her mother could be going that night. Her mother was never spent the night out before. Her parents didn't really have friends they'd visit. What if she had started dating? It'd only been a couple of months. She needed to stop thinking about that stuff anyway. She noticed a bush down the road rustling. There was construction lately, and Margot didn't want to find out if there were scorpions around. Ooh, scorpions. Arizona desert scorpions. She waited her pace. She passed the house. She heard a noise. A faint meow. She turned around and saw a familiar friend in the middle of the sidewalk.
Hey.
You're everywhere, aren't you? The cat came up closer to her. Margot kneeled down to scratch her head. You keep running away. You keep running off. Do you live around here? The cat stared. Maybe I shouldn't be expecting a response from the cat. Margot stood back up.
Bye.
I'll see you later. I need to get to work. What time is it supposed to be again? It's supposed to be at 1. Yeah, okay, sorry. So we're checking the time for things like when is this thing? Because I'm fucking dumb. Make sure I'm not missing out on times. Nice mixing times up. The cat lay down in the middle of the sidewalk, staring at Margot as she walked away. Work. Margot looked out the window. It looked a little overcast, so Margot decided to go for a walk during her lunch break. Out in the surrounding neighborhood, there was an abundance of oleander bushes. Oleander bushes. I don't know how that word is. Fucking plant names in front of the homes. She remembered when she was little and being cautious about how dangerous the plant was. There was so much about her childhood she couldn't remember. The most random bits and details would occasionally surface. She had forgotten the faces of any of her old friends, but she remembered begging her mom to let her cross the street when walking to her bus stop so that she could avoid being even accidentally touching orderly Indians. Ohio. Good morning, Possum. How are you? It's my late birthday. Thank you. Thank you, Possum. How are you doing this evening? Morning. Not evening. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a lovely weekend so far. We're being gay. No, yeah, we're reading horror. Yuri. We're reading Devil's Liminal. Devil's Liminal. Not Elimination. Devil's Liminal. For the Fall in Love Visual Festival, presented by Studio Ayla. Go check out Devil's Liminal on Steam now on the pinned message. Also check out the festival, which is also pinned on the message. Sorry, I have to emphasize the word liminal because I keep wanting to say elimination, which is not the game's title. Devil's Liminal. But welcome in, Pasta. I'll be having a good time. So far, no gay has happened so far. There have been rumors that she's a lesbian because she disappeared after high school. Those are in-game rumors that we, the character, of Margot. There's rumors that I may be lesbian, might be a delinquent, a scoundrel, and all that jazz. But welcome in. Yeah. Excited for Splatoon later tonight with you and Junkie. Sploon. Sploon. Good kid. Octo. No kiss happened. But horror. Beside a weird lucid dream, no horror just yet, as far as I can tell. But, I'm sure we'll get some horror soon in this demo. Hopefully. Maybe. No, actually. She briefly thought about the weird things happening since she got home. That girl in her dream. The cat that seemed to disappear and reappear out of nowhere. Margot's phone started vibrating in her pocket. Margot pulled out her phone. Hey, are you free after work today? I think so. What's up? We could hang out at the park or something. Ooh. We're being so social. I'm making Margot be so social right now. We're gonna hang with Beck. We're gonna hang with Beck. A lovely lady. Sure. Oh, sure. I'll let you know when I finish work. Great! See you then. With another activity planned and potentially new friend, Margot was happy. The week seemed to be turning around. What could possibly go wrong? Right? After work, Margot sat down in the lobby and texted Beck that she was ready to head out. I'll be there soon! Margot briefly wondered if Beck might not show up at all. Why did she think that? After a while, her phone started buzzing again. On the parking lot, convertible. Margot quickly picked up her bag and headed outside. Beck was parked in a spot near the entrance. When Margot spotted her, she started waving her over. Margot walked over and got in the passenger seat. It was a little older and dusty. But cozy with just 2 seats. Seeing Beck's car reminded Margot that she dreamed of getting her own convertible if she ever got a driver's license. I pressed the history button somehow. Good job. She felt a little jealous. Hey! Ready to go? Women. Beck flashed a big grin to at Margot. She looked at Beck, examining her now own reflection in her sunglasses. Feeling a little sweaty and tired from the work day, she felt out of place in what she considered her dream car. Noticing her expression, Beck took off her sunglasses and gave Margot a curious look. Everything okay? Oh, sorry, I realized I'm a little tired. I'm ready. Alright! After driving for a bit, Margot noticed they weren't in her neighborhood anymore. I just realized I'm going to do this. Silly little thing. This one. Barely a difference, but that's fine. She assumed they were going to the parking. They were going to the park down the street. Have you been to the Colorado River?
Yeah?
Yeah? Why? I figured we could hang out there. Beats looking at the dead grass in the park here. Sure. As long as we're not actually going in the river. Beck laughed. No, I wouldn't. I would have wanted you to bring a swimsuit in that case. Unless. Once they were out in the residential area, Beck turned on the radio. It was such the only classic rock station that reached their town. Did you grow up here? Did you grow up here? I can't read. Well. Yeah, I only left here a couple of years for school.
Cool.
Oh, cool! I lived here when I was a little kid, but my parents started moving around a lot. My mom moved back to be closer to my grandma. I guess now that I'm off to college, she wants to be around with her. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm kind of surprised how much it feels the same as I remember. Oh, I'm impressed. You remember all of that from when you were little. I only remember bits and pieces. You have a pretty good memory. Since you're gone for a while, you feel any different from being home? Yep. Busy in a good way. You feel any different? It's been hard. It's been hard. I'm not used to living at home anymore. It's been kind of hard. I feel like I'm waiting around for my life to start again when I move away. Well, hopefully getting out of the house today will help you a bit. Help you a bit? Maybe. We parked at the nature reserve and picked a well-worn trail near the water. I forgot there was nature areas like this. It's all desert in the town, you know. Yeah, I really like it out here. By the way, are you not much of a swimmer? Why do you ask? Beck smiled lightly. You seemed worried about it earlier. Mako felt embarrassed. I'm not a strong swimmer. Beck laughed. Maybe I could teach you. Ayo? Ayo? Swim instructing? Kinda cute. Cute idea, cute idea, cute idea. They walked for a bit, with Beck stopping at each new sign about the local flora. Wow! A flora walk! Pulls out phone, takes picture, walks 3 meters, pulls out phone, takes picture, walks 5 meters, pulls out phone, takes picture. Don't worry about it. They don't do that. This is the 2000's. They don't do that, I think. Yet. I don't think they have camera phones yet, actually. Her face seemed to light up as she eagerly looked around to find each plant. She crouched down, closely examining a cluster of flowers. Margot, look at this one. Margot crouched down beside her. It was an unfamiliar white and purple flower. Is it another kind of paintbrush flower? Nope. This is a pretty rare one. An Arizona passion flower. Like passion fruit? Yep. I'm surprised this was here. It only grows in a different part of the state. Huh. I wonder how it got here. Well, the plants know. I wish I brought a camera or something. I could draw it. Really? Oh! Margot took out her sketchbook and made a quick, gestural drawing. Beck watched. I can't believe you can just do that. Margot smiled. After a bit, they emerged from a grove over an area. A grown over area to a more curated part with a snack stand. It was pretty packed. Most of the seating seemed to be taken, and the stand had a long line. Margot suddenly felt aware of how late it was getting, and wondered if her mother would be upset if she came home late. I'll get something. I'll find a spot to sit. They was pretty full. Empty Ramadas were in low supply. Oop, jacket off. Hoodie off. Hoodie off, tie around waist, hell yeah. I'll find a spot to sit. Is that okay? Yep. Look out there. Margot handed Beck cash for her half and wandered off to find a spot. After a moment, Beck came back. She handed her the extra change. Good eye! I see this bench. She patted Margot's shoulder. Oh! I want to see your drawing again. Sure. Margot pulled out her sketchbook and laid it open for Beck. I can't believe that took you, what, minutes? Margot watched. Beck watched as Margot flipped through her sketchbook.
Do you want to be an artist?
I think so. Maybe I could do comics or something.
That would be so cool. What kind of comics?
Probably something supernatural. Ghost and stuff.
It felt easy to spend the afternoon with Beck. Margot wondered if Margot was being too friendly with her. After a bit of exploring, they headed back to the car. Beep beep. Evening. The night air during the drive felt refreshing, after spending the afternoon in the sun. An interview with the band played on the radio. When they got close to Margot's neighborhood, the familiar sight made her snap back to reality.
Beck?
Oh, there goes gravity. Margot? Can we park at the shopping center and walk to my place? No problem. The neighborhood felt completely still. It felt like the only noise was their footsteps. Margot looked at Beck. She seemed deep in thought. What are you thinking about?
Hey,
What's in your mind? Beck was looking at the sky. The stars aren't like this in the rest of the country. Margot looked up as well. She didn't notice before, but the sky was bright with stars, and wondered how it would compare to the sky over her future school. You weren't living in another state before. You haven't lived in another state before, right? No, my private school wasn't that far away. Do you think you'll miss Arizona when you move? I don't know. I don't know yet. I'll miss my friends, but I can text them. You want a boyfriend, right? Have to do long distance? Margot blushed. Did she feel nervous about Beck asking her that? Why did she feel nervous about Beck asking that? I don't. Really? What about you? Yeah, it just didn't work out. What about you? Do you have a boyfriend? That's not really my thing. Dating? There's a loud yowl and hiss at their feet. Beck leapt away. Shit! Go away! Go away! She scrambled to scare away the cat in front of them. Beck's efforts were rewarded with more hissing. Oh, that's my new friend. No, I hate it! Really? She kept waving her hand at the cat and almost getting scratched. Hey, I think if you just relax, she'll stop. Beck seemed to be near tears. Make it go away! Margot knelt down next to the cat. She couldn't stand by while both Beck and the cat were getting more and more agitated. Hey, you. The cat leaned in to rub her face on Margot's hand, but still growling. I need you to be nice to Beck, okay? Margot picked her up and scurried to the other side of the road, plop her on the sidewalk there. The cat sat down, ran to her side, staring at them. Margot turned to Beck, was breathing deeply. I think we're safe now. I barely believe you. They walked another block with no cat in sight, and Beck eased up. I'm sorry for ending the night on that note. It's fine. But I thought of something. Do you like museums? I love museums. There's some local ones that we could go to. We could check out. Some pioneering tools, that sort of thing. Margaret smiled at her. Not like that. Beck stopped for a moment. She looked at Margot with a nervous expression. She glanced down.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Can I hold your hand?
Oh. Margot wanted to be excited, but Margot looked around. I hope I didn't assume too much. Margot looked back at her. No, it's not that. They were at the end of her block, close enough to see her home. She noticed the lights were off. She heard her mother was out for the night. What if her mother was home after all? Margot remembered the couple of times friends had did come near the trailer. Afterwards, her mother would scold her about culture shock and seeing it, or starting asking who they were, and if Margot was trying to sneak them into her room. What if her mother was home but kept the lights off? It wouldn't have been the first time. Let's be gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Beck took Margot's hand and smiled. I really should have asked earlier. Margot blushed and lightly squeezed Beck's hand. Her hand felt much more delicate than Margot's expected. Eventually, they reached Margot's... Close to your place? Margot wasn't sure what Beck would think, seeing that Margot lived in a trailer. Yeah, sorry for making us walk. It's fine. I get it. You're embarrassed of me. No, it's not like that. I thought my mom wasn't home. Beck laughed. Now that sounds worse, right? Margot cringed, making Beck laugh some more. I'm kidding. Beck let go of Margot's hand to hop with the brick fence in front of her home. Brick fence. Huh. They paused for a moment at the front porch. This brought me home, even if it wasn't necessary. And thanks for saving me from wild animals. Beck stood there for a beat, looking at Margot. She felt like Beck was scrutinizing her expression, deciding what to do next. Alright, I'll say goodbye. This is really nice. I thought so too. Text when you get home? Of course! At a moment, she left the porch, hopping over the fence and walking off into the night. Margot stood outside, watching her walk away. When she was out of sight, Margot walked inside and locked the sliding glass door. She felt a sudden jolt of fear. What if Mother was home? It was already a huge risk just talking to Beck on the porch, let alone what her mother saw. But she remained quiet inside. Her stomach growled. She forgot about having dinner. Realizing how hungry she was, she went to the kitchen to see if there was anything quick she could make. When she opened the cabinet, they were all empty. She checked the pantry, paper plates, but didn't find any. Margot sighed to herself. She turned the lights back off and stood in front of the glass door. She looked at the stars in the sky, thinking about the sensation of Beck's fingers intertwined with hers. Dang it, no food. Rip, no lunch, no dinner. That's a shame. Damn. June 12th, Friday morning. Margot checked the living room in the morning. Her mother wasn't there. The dishes were still hidden away. Unsure what to do for breakfast, Margot decided she could get something on the way to work. All morning, Margot had been sorting files. The process already felt automatic to her. Yay! Margot kept rereading the text from Beck. But I'm safe! Wish you could have stayed out later. My face. Couldn't Beck talk to anyone she wanted? Why Margot? Erica walked into the office as Margot finished up the last file from her current stack. Margot, would you be interested in meeting some of the residents?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. These floor has some great folks. It's mostly people who choose to live here because of health problems. Oh, I see. She spent some time walking around. Erica introduced some of the residents. There were two women who were medics in World War II. Some men playing card games. Margot made a mental note of the information about everyone. After a while, they returned to the office. Margot continued sifting through paperwork and noticing her phone buzzing. Hey, sorry it's been a while. Want to see a movie tonight? Hmm. I'm not hang. What's happening? My mom gonna be home as always. I think my mom is just not there. Yeah. I was bummed. I was bummed we couldn't catch up more at the library. Yeah, me too. Okay, maybe there tonight. I gotta walk there though. Walk, walk, walk. After work. Margaret stood in the theater lobby, shifting her weight from one foot to the other. It looked like she arrived before he did. Where was he? She was down the room, slowly becoming more and more stressed about being there alone. Margot, hey. Margot turned around, surprised to hear Jade's voice. They had class together before Margot had left. She forgot Jade worked at the movie theater.
Hey!
Hey! How are you? I'm great. I'm great. Jade pointed out her badge. I'm a manager now. Whoa! Congrats. Yeah, kind of a shame I have to quit when I go to college. Speaking of, I thought you ever left. Sort of. I'm working here for the summer. Oh, cool. Where? The veterans home. It was hard to get a job there. Yeah, that's pretty lucky. Well, it's through a state program. It's through our state program. Before Margot could tell Jade more, she heard someone else calling her name. Early as always, Margot. I think you might just be late. Lee rolled his eyes, his hands reaching into his pocket for his wallet. Jade, can I get 2 tickets for evening at the zoo, too? Evening at the zoo? Yeah, 2. Please. Please. I don't know anyone else to see this movie with. Margot sighed, defeated. Lee was not great at accepting no as an answer. They went into the theater room. It was empty. The movie had already been out for a while. Lee picked 2 seats in the center near the back of the theater. As Margot sat down, Lee stretched out his arms out. His hands came to rest on Margot's shoulder. They sat in silence for a while as the movie played. Lee seemed to be thinking about something, rather than paying attention to the movie. He cleared his throat. Did your dad die? Margot immediately felt her heart racing. Dude, you don't just ask someone that. What the fuck, Lee? Have some tact. What the heck? She wasn't ready for that kind of conversation. Why did you hear that? Around town? Margot shifted in her seat. You used to call me and talk about that stuff before you disappeared. She just stared ahead for the movie. At the movie. How do you feel? I don't know. Margot turned to look at Lee. For a moment, they stared at each other. Margot studied his face, trying to understand how he felt. They started laughing. I never liked that guy anyway. Margot frowned, moving her shoulder to shake his hand off. Come on, Margot. I'm not being mean. I want to know if you're okay. Yeah, I'm fine. Her voice was tense. Why don't we watch the movie? Well, no one's here. It doesn't matter if we talk. They both went silent. I think what I miss the most about having you around is that you always held me accountable. What are you talking about? You're the only person who ever said I could leave here. Get a nursing degree or something. He moved his arm from behind Margot's to his chair. His chair rest. And you're the only girl who will tell me to shut up. He nervously drummed his fingers. I don't know what I'm getting at. His arm moved to Margot's knee. He started to move further up her leg. She pushed his arm away. What's wrong? Would you quit it? He turned away and folded his arms. He was silent again. Fine. Whatever. Whatever, smoke. He got up. I watched him walk down the aisle into the exit. She turned back to the screen. What could she do? She felt the anxiety build up again. Watching the movie wasn't going to help. She put out her phone for a distraction. After a while, she tried to wonder if he was coming back. She didn't care about the movie anyway. She'd probably head home now, right? Mara got up, tracing the steps out the room and into the hallway. In the hall, she could hear someone muttering to themselves. Did I go the wrong way? Beck stood by a wall, looking at her ticket. Beck? She lifted up and smiled. Oh, hey! Beck gave Margot a coy smile. Out on a date? Margot grimaced.
Well,
Something twisted. Yeah. Beck's smile disappeared. Ah, sorry. I'm being nosy. I should let you get to your movie. Beck gave Margot a curious look. Is something wrong? You seem kind of stressed out. Margot waved her hand. I'm just trying to find my friend that came here with. That doesn't sound good. Do you need a ride home or something? I'll be fine. I don't want to impose on anything. Don't worry about it. Set down our tickets. I'm not excited about the movie. I'm not excited about the movie anyway. I just didn't feel like being at home. Which movie is it? Evening at the Zoo too? Yeah, it's not good. Dang. Since you're the artist, I should probably trust your opinion. I guess it's too highbrow for me. Well, in any case, definitely let me know if you need a ride. Margot nodded. Headed ways as Beck went into the theater room, and Margot went into the lobby. She was still at the ticket counter, but no one else was around. Jade noticed Margot and waved her over. Hey! Did you hear my text?
huh?
Text? Margot put out her phone to check. Nothing from Jade. Or Lee. Guess not. Darn. I saw Lee earlier. I think I heard him arguing with someone. Then he told me how pissed he was and that he was going home. Margot sighed. Seriously? Yeah. My shift ends in a bit. If you want to ride home. Jade smiled weakly at Margot. Okay, I think okay, Decisions. Okay, I'm going to go dehydrate and we'll figure out who I think we want to go home with. I'll go home with. Good. A ride home with. Yuri. I think we all know what choice I want to go with, but the question is, what kind of consequences will we have for riding home with Beck? I'm kind of worried that the mother might actually be home again. Do I get a feeling she might not be home at all? Well, I don't think she's going to come at all anytime soon. There's a high possibility that she just is abandoned us, but I'm not really sure. But I think we're gonna go with Beck, as that might, even though that might not be a good idea, I'm gonna go with Beck.
No.
Because we're gay. We're gay! Add something. Oh, add soon. Okay, add time. It's fine though. No, I have one lined up. Thanks though. No problem. We should hang out sometime. Yeah. Evening! I'm going to park at the block. Why parked on the block again? Yeah, I'm pretty sure my mom's home. They walk for a bit. Can I be nosy? Marco fiddled with her hair. Sure. What happened with you and your friend? I think I pissed him off. You want to talk about it? I don't want to bother you. You're not? Okay. Marco sighed. He's an ex from high school. Oh, he's an ex. I didn't know that he was an ex. Okay, that would kind of explain a bit why he was so disappointed. And one, they stopped talking for a while, and two, he's so you know, he still thinks there's feelings in the air. I don't think there's any feelings in the air. Mutual feelings at all, that is, at least. He's an ex from high school. He was being weird, so I told him to stop. So... Is he normally like that? Yeah. Why hang out with him then? Ooh. Thought we could be friends. Thought we could still be friends. I guess I hope we could still be friends with him. I could still be friends with him. He helped me with some stuff in the past, so I know he's not all bad. But I don't know. I feel stupid. Anything wrong with trying to see like best in people? I think so. Yeah, that's very admirable. Noko smiled. Beck smiled back. She nervously rubbed her neck. I'm a little relieved. About what? You're just friends with that guy. So, Beck's head turned her attention on something else. Huh? Margot looked at the same direction, at her home. The window blinds were shifting around. Is it your mom? Yeah. Beck nodded. I'll head back then. As soon as Margot entered the front yard, her mother slid open the porch door. Get in here, it's late! Get in here, it's late! Margot looked down at the block, watching Beck turn the corner and disappear. So, who's that? Your new little friend? Margot went to her bedroom. Fine then! Okay, so her mother is back. Ooh, maybe I should have gone with Jade instead. I think Jade... Did she show Jade? I mean, maybe I should have gone with Jade. Okay. Oh, that's a shame. Jane 13th. Morning. Margot finally had a morning where she woke up feeling rested and ready for the day. She quickly threw on some clothing and went on to the kitchen for breakfast. However, in a good mood, she forgot the dishes were gone. So trying every cabinet, she realized she would need to ask her mother. Ugh. That is bothersome. Hopefully they're not hidden away as punishment for whatever the fuck Margot didn't do. Margot walked to her room. She hesitated at the door. She wasn't sure if her mother was still home or awake yet. One of those makes it easier to find dishes, she thought. Margot knocked at the door.
Mom?
What is it? Her mother shouted from the other side of the door. Where are the dishes? You need to use a paper plate. I'm tired of washing dishes. We don't have any paper plates. Yes, we do. Where? What do you need? A bowl and spoon, I guess. There was some rummaging from the door cracked, and the door cracked open. Her mother held out a paper bowl and plastic spoon. Here. She shook them at Margot. Take it. Go back to bed. I don't think it's a good idea to stand for myself. But it would be in normal circumstances, I think I would. But also, I need food. So we'll just take it. Okay, we'll take the paper. We'll take the paper plate and say, whatever. Margot, give up. None of these conversations were new, but they always felt like they were opening up a fresh wound. No amount of success in the world seemed to be enough to affect her home life. Coming home to the trailer meant she was no one again. Margot took the bowl and spoon. Her mother shut the door. Margot to stop to scream. As she walked away, she looked down at the ground beneath her. It was just a wooden board, covering a sunken spot in the floor. She couldn't stop anyway. She couldn't do anything. She kept thinking about how different things were just a month ago in her private school. How different they were in a couple of months from now. They will be for a couple of months from now. She just had to wait it out. Margot shook her head. She needed to distract herself. She needed to focus on getting ready for work and leave. She stayed focused. Outside! Walking at work, Margot noticed the streets were particularly empty. She got to work just to be faced with an empty parking lot. No one was there. She checked her phone. It was Saturday. She got up early and fought for a bowl, and she didn't even have work that day. Looking around at the empty lot, she felt drained. She thought about what to do. She was already dressed and outside, so she headed to the park. Maybe some time alone would be nice. Park. Margot found an empty spot to sit at the park. She pulled out her sketchbook and flipped to an empty page. It felt a little bit like she was in elementary school again. Sitting at recess, hoping someone would come join her. Beck? I had a chance to come up and sit down. Or chat. Please, show up. Appear. Manifesting. Manifesting lesbian. Manifesting lesbian. She looked out over the landscape, trying to think of what to draw. I can read good. Words. Next to her, there's a clattering. The cat just had jumped on the bench.
Hey.
Hey, friend. Margot reached out to pet her, but the cat dodged her hand. She hopped down and started circling the bench, pausing to stare at Margot. Thinking about the cat's expression unnerved Margot. It felt like a person was staring at her. Do you need something? She started to run a few feet away, paused to look at Margot, then came back. Do you want me to follow you? Margot started packing her bag and got up. The cat immediately ran ahead. Margot followed. They left the park, going further and further into the desert. After a while, Margot started to worry, looking around for scorpions and snakes. In the distance, a bit ahead of them, she saw something. As they kept approaching, she started to make out what it was. The cat stopped beside it, looking at her expectantly. It looked like an old, rusted car from the 80s or 90s. On the exterior body, Margot could see holes on it. She wondered if they were bullet holes. Gunfight. The cat pawed at the door. Did the cat want her to open the door? Do you have kittens in there or something? It looked so rusty. Margot was skeptical it could be opened. Margot thought of her dream. I will show you how to help me. Margot shook her head. What could be the harm? The cat was frantic, circling around Margot and rubbing her legs. I read it right. Open it? No! Only one option of yes. Something. Make me more curiosity about her. She grabbed the handle and tried to force it open. It was stuck, as expected. She put more force into it, bracing a leg against the side of the car. Eventually, it opened, sending Margot toppling to the ground. Ow. Got up and brushed herself off. Cat had already jumped into the car and was nudging at something. Margot got closer and leaned into the car. A large leather-bound Bible lay in the driver's seat. The cat was desperately pawing at it and meowing. At first, it looked like a normal Bible. Margot picked it up, looked at the first page. The Holy Bible. Editis sicut Deus. Scientis bonum et madum was written in carefully flowing script. A large, unusual symbol was drawn over the remainder of the page. That is a weird, unusual symbol. It was a hexagram with details that Margot couldn't make out. She started flipping through it. In the margins, there were handwritten notes. The notes didn't look like they were about the Bible passage at all. Instead, the writing was strange. Origins of worlds, recipes for things she didn't understand, instructions on how to deal with creatures that she never heard of before. It felt terrifying. It reminded her of some of the books in her father's shed.
I was just thinking that you look like the sort of person who would enjoy one of our fairy kiss chillers.
Thank you. Hope you're having a lovely time. Hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you for the hydrating cam. And good morning, I assume, to you. It's currently noon, 12:07. And we're playing Devil's Liminal. Part of the Fall in Love Visual Festival, presented by Studio and-Law. You can wish this a game now on Steam. I think the full game is out. Question mark. Could be wrong. I'm gonna double check my report. Yes, full game is out. Now on Steam. Go check it out. Also check out the rest of the Fall in Love Festival using the link pinned in the mess and top of chat if you are free. Otherwise, enjoy the show. I mean, reading the game. I'm reading the demo right now. Going through. We found a weird Bible with weird red scriptures inside handwritten notes on the margin of the book. And yeah, margin of the pages, not margin of the book, margin of the pages. After flipping for a few pages, the cat yowled. Margot stopped and looked at the notes on the page.
To understand the voice of an animal, must be bitten by the animal, placed blood on a music box, and while the music plays, the animal will be able to speak if they wish to?
She muttered the instructions to herself, looking between the pages and the cat.
Huh?
Is this real?
Is this real?
That's voice apparently on the wall. The cat stared at her. This has to be a coincidence. There can't be a cat showing me how to make animals talk. I'm trapped. Could it be related? It seemed too supernatural. Even when she was a kid, she was really into supernatural. Her favorite childhood movie usually involved ghosts, monsters, vampires. She vaguely remembered having a friend who was convinced that Margot was a vampire. At the time, Margot really wanted to believe they were right. It meant that she could have a bigger, more interesting life outside her trailer. She'd be whisked away on some grand adventure. She felt embarrassed thinking about that time. Was she really so gullible? Reading the notes in the book. Why did she so desperately want to try everything in front of her to be real? She stared into the cat's eyes. What if she was just asleep? Her head down on the park table, having a lucid dream. What would it mean for her if this was real? Would it give her purpose to her life? Evening. Mocha's bedroom was getting dimmer. She didn't realize how long she'd been lying in bed. Her phone buzzed. She stood up and rolled onto her back, holding the screen over her face. Is tomorrow good for the mall? Sure. What time? Around 12. Okay. Nikki used to be notoriously late all the time to everything. Margot wondered if her habits had changed and when she could actually expect Nikki to arrive. She put her phone down and rolled back onto her stomach, continuing to read through the notes in the book. June 14th, Sunday afternoon. She's late. Nikki hasn't changed. It's been over an hour since Nikki said she was on her way. She lived within walking distance, and Margot started to regret not meeting her at her place. Margot texted, but Nikki hadn't responded. She considered the logistics. What if she started walking now? Tried sketching, but still felt impatient. She thought about going back inside, but didn't want to interrupt her mother watching soap operas. After a while, Nikki pulled up. Nikki's car was a worn cream color with slightly torn seats. It always seemed to smell like burning rubber. Nikki pushed aside some old fast food trash from the passenger seat. Margot hopped in.
Hey!
Nikki, it's good to see you. Yeah, same to you. They both leaned over to hug. Or car seat hug. Car seat hug. Our beloved. I don't think you'll be impressed with them all. And what's that? What's that? Honestly, it's kind of small. And you can't go by yourself unless you're over 16.
Seriously?
Yeah, they check IDs and everything. I had to go with my sister when it first opened. Like, you have your ID with you. I'll go double check your bag. Yeah, I do. Mall. It was quiet, but all the stores were open. Margot looked around. The only other people she saw were employees and elderly couples. Why doesn't mall need ID checks? That's a bit bizarre. Even for the 2000s. Bizarre. I think Sunday mornings at the mall are for old people to exercise. As long as you're over 18, right? 16, right? They went into the department store. Nick was eager to start trying things on. Margot went to look at jeans. Want me to help you find something? Is your size even in this section? I'm good. I found some things over here. After hearing Nikki's question, Margot became more and more focused on thoughts on her size. It seemed like the more she thought about it, the more her clothing options dwindled. It was hard to find something. Food court. After some more meandering, decided to sit down and grab something to eat. They have a small table behind some plants. I'm not sure what to do next. Moving out of my parents? Sure, but I guess community college? Do you still want to be a teacher? I think so. But whenever I still have time to think about it. I have some friends in Phoenix who have been talking about renting an apartment together. Oh, cool. Do you know where you're going to live? Not yet. A dorm? Any roommates? I still need to figure that out. I think there's a website for finding roommates, but I'd rather just not have one. I'm always starting to fill up. Have you hung out with anyone since you've been back?
Well,
Besides your dirtbag ex? Let's mention Beck.
well,
I mean, your friend at work. She used to live here, but I guess her mom moved away and then back. Want to know her? Her name is Beck. Beck. Like, short for Rebecca? I think so. What'd she look like? Tall and thin, bleached hair. That doesn't really narrow it down. Oh, I have a contact photo on my phone. Want to see it? Margot pulled out her phone and flipped to Beck's contact info to open the image. Nikki inspected it for a moment. She looks like a model. Like a suicide girl. I hang out with a suicide girl? Not that I know of. I don't think I know her. Do you know what school she went to? Nope. They went quiet for a moment as they started digging into their food. Ask about the cat. You still have a lot of pets, right? Yeah. Yeah. Do you know about cats? Do you know much about cats? Of course. I found this weird cat the other day. All cats are weird. This one seems to follow me around a lot. I think sometimes she gets into my room. Isn't there still a hole in your floor? Yeah. Maybe that's it. Maybe check kittens under your place. Yeah, I thought about that. Margot thought about how to word the next part. Nikki used to go to church a lot, and what happened still felt like a weird dream. I feel like she's trying to show me something. Probably the kittens. I mean, like, do cats like collecting stuff? Do they bury their toys? No, you're thinking about dogs. No. I think this cat is doing that. Probably been around a lot of dogs then. Evening. Margot stood in front of her mirror, looking at the jeans she's purchased earlier in the day. The mirror had a large crack in it, so Margot had to shift around a bit. She had a pile of shirts sitting on her bed, to see what went with the jeans. Looking at the mirror, she thought about her conversation with Nikki earlier with Nikki. She decided to text back. Hey. What school did you go to when you lived here? What if we were in class together? Lol. Me where? In kindergarten. We used to play together all the time. Wait, seriously? Yeah, we were dating. I thought you were a vampire. So it was Beck who thought she was a vampire. So it was Beck who thought she was a vampire. And she vaguely remembered kissing someone on the bus. Wait. I didn't mention it sooner. I figured you didn't remember or recognize me. My name is different. I'm not a 5-year-old boy anymore. Lol. Oh, okay, so I did catch the vibes correctly. I did catch on the vibes that that's trans. Hell yeah. Hog. Heck yeah. I'm different now, and I'm not a 5-year-old boy anymore. Lol. I don't blame you. I don't blame you if I wasn't. I don't blame you, but I wasn't trying to bring it up. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. It's pretty cool that we're friends again. I remember boss memory. Remember you being my first kiss. You asked me on the bus if I wanted to be your girlfriend. Very romantic. We never talked about breaking up, right? Guess that means we're still dating. No, I guess so. We touched scraped knees one time. You're pretty serious between us. I feel like I've been thinking more about when I was a kid. Maybe because you're going off to college soon to be an adult. That does make sense. 15, Monday morning. Marco's alarm hasn't gone off yet, but she still felt awake. She tried to move to check her phone. Something was on top of her. A cat. The cat was back in her room, sprawling out on her chest. She thought about what Nikki suggested. Was the cat living under her floor? Margot turned her head to look at the gap between the intact floor and a slab of wood covering the hole in the floor in her room. Margot had always been afraid of it, thinking that cockroaches would crawl out or crawl in. In comparison, a cat was much better. Margot remembered the book. She glanced down at the cat, still laying on her. Are you here to remind me? The cat stared back. What if the cat really was the gut girl from her dream? What if she really did need help? Margot thought of the passage in the book. If she could find a music box, could see what would happen. The music box. In her blood. She was stuck on the idea of her blood being involved in the mix. She didn't know if she was sick or not. She didn't know how to get tested. Oh, I'm having pings. Oh, come on, it's not important. Unimportant thing. Okay. Margot continued to lay on her back and stood up at the ceiling. In the other room, you could hear her mother watching the news. It sounded like something about a string of grave robberies. Does that actually still happen? I guess so. Apparently, people in town were worried that it was for a satanic cult. Margot thought about the other things she would hear about on the news, like stories about UFOs in Phoenix. Maybe it's just people who want the world to be a more exciting place. Was she any different from them? Margot absentmindedly pet the cat. What if you can really talk? What would you say? After a while, there was a familiar knock at her door. The cat jumped off her bed and disappeared before Margot's mother had opened the door. I'm here for work?
Yes.
I can't drive you today. Okay. You need to let her drive. No. Ask one of your little friends. She left the room. Margot got up and got ready. She realized she needed to ask her mother for help with getting the music box. In the living room, Margot's mother was in front of the television.
Mom?
Do you have a music box? Why? I read an article about them recently. Oh. Do you have a music box? Check Danny's pawn shop. Who's Danny? There's a couple of pawn shops around, so I figured she could find out which one that was. Turn to the door, right head out. Why have your little friend in the convertible teach her to drive? I'll go left. How do you know what car she drives? Mother, you're weird. After work. I was going to start her pawn shop mission. Stopped by the one closest to home. Margot went inside. The pawn shop had the typical dusty, mothball smell of a second-hand store. After Around her were cluttered shelves of old cameras and novelty knives around glass displays. She kept thinking about how cagey her mother was about details. Danny owns a pawn shop. Mara couldn't help but sigh deeply at the thought. He must be the secret boyfriend she'd been visiting. Raise your head, mother. Margot didn't want to interact with him, but knew she had to. As she was lost in thought, the shop owner came out from the back of the room. He had a little name. A little, "Hello, my name is," badge on his chest, with Danny written on. "Hello, Danny. Well, let me know if you need help finding anything."
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Margot couldn't help but analyze him on the spot. He's not ugly. Yeah, he's a business owner. Maybe it's okay. They stared back. "You look familiar. Have we sold anything here before?" There's a pause. Margot mulled over what to say. "Oh, wait! Aren't you Venus's daughter?"
Yeah.
He nodded a bit. She was right. You look nothing like her. Just like the photo, though. Margot wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. Do you have any music boxes? "Oh, sure! Anything specific?" "Been the playlist for a long time." He nodded and walked down an aisle. After some shuffling, he pulled out a box. "Go ahead and see if you like it. Like this one. The lady brought it last week." Evening. The trailer was dark and empty. Margot supposed her mother was out. Maybe with Danny. She went to her room, music box and bag in her bag. She briefly glanced at her reflection in the mirror. Danny was right. She didn't look like her mother. She resented how much she looked like her father. Margot shook her head, trying to focus. She set up a spot on the floor with the music box and Bible in front of her. She eyed the music box. It had a small dancer holding a black sword with an unusual handle. It looked like it might actually be a sharpened piece of metal. The old box had a handmade quality to it. The cat came out behind her and circled around to sit by the music box. She stared intensely. "You have to bite me, right? What if I'm sick? What if you're sick?" Margot considered the consequences. Tetanus. Infection? Before Margot could think about it anymore, the cat latched onto her hand, drawing blood. Ow. At least wait, jeez, impatient motherfucker. Impatient creature? Margot stifled a yelp. Holding her bleeding hand, he placed the wound on the dancer's saber. Margot bit her lip, trying to ignore the pain. With the blood in place, she went at the box. Maybe if she put on hand sanitizer, now it would be okay. She dug into her bag, trying to find the small bottle. A little song started to play. Margot's attention snapped from her bag to the cat.
Is it working?
It was the same voice.
Ah.
This was the girl.
I need you to do one more thing. The steps should be in the book. I need hair from your mother and father, then burn it.
The box stopped. She started meowing again. Margot stared, her mouth open. You could feel her mouth going dry.
How?
She looked down at the music box to check if the blood was there. It was.
Were you scream.
The cat nudged around the book, flipping pages. She loudly meowed again. Marco looked at the page.
Wrap hair from parents around the box. Set it on fire.
Marco read the steps over and over. Cut the hair, add more blood, set it on fire. She looked at her hands. She looked at the blood drying on her palm. She wondered if she was okay. It was happening again. The girl was in her room again.
Now you know what to do.
Pretty woman. Pretty woman.
One more step to free me.
I'll try to do it tomorrow, but I still don't really understand.
Also, I don't have hair of my father. He's dead.
You never told me why I need to help you.
Tomorrow.
June 16th. Tuesday afternoon. During lunch, Marco got a text from Lee. Sorry I left the movie earlier. It's been days, motherfucker! I got off my new job, so I had to go. Jade told her that Lee said he was in an argument with someone. Was it over the phone? Why are you apologizing now? It's been days. Better late than never, lol. I'm working at a restaurant if you want to stop by. Michael, put away your phone. Tonight, she had to help that girl. After work, the trailer was empty. Her mother wasn't home. Marco thought it would be safe to get dishes for herself. She went to her mother's room. In the dresser, she found the bottom drawer stacked with everything from the kitchen. Grabbed what she needed and left. After cooking, she sat on the couch. She wasn't alone. The cat was there, watching her. You want me to get the hair? The cat started walking across Marco's lap, making it hard to hold her bowl. Okay, let me fucking eat first. Let me finish eating first. Jesus, I'm hungry. As she ate, Margot considered the next steps. She doesn't really stop it to seriously consider what was about to happen. In the past, Marco had always said yes to anyone and everything. At this point, it was reflexive. She made friends by helping people with their homework when they asked. She got into a private school by accepting an invitation to a girlfriend's gifted summer camp. It always worked out for her. But she had to wonder, what was she saying yes to this time? Why did she feel a pang of guilt from even considering saying no to the girl from her dream? Margot finished up her food and washed the dishes. She checked her phone in the driveway before heading back to her mother's room. After putting the dishes back in the dresser, she started looking for hair. On the dresser was one of her father's old combs and an old brush. Margot found herself holding her breath, afraid of making a single sound or wrong move. She pocketed the hair and left the room, careful to make sure everything was the same. In her room, she packed her bag. Okay, I was wondering we were gonna get the father's hair. He's 1, not home, 2, dead, and 3, dead, and 4, dead. I guess if she kept an old comb from him, I should be fine as long as no one else used it. Right? Hopefully no one else uses that comb besides her father. Hopefully. Music box, book, hair, hand sanitizer, flashlight. Matches. She needed matches. Margot hurried to the kitchen and grabbed a box of matches from the cupboard. Once she returned to her room, she looked at the cat. Are you ready? The cat followed beside her. Margot figured the best place to do it would be out in the desert. They returned to the car where Margot first found the book. Margot crouched down in the sand and laid out the necessary items. She coiled the hair around the dancer. Its little sword still had her dried blood on it. She breathed in and pushed the jaw the raw spot on her hand down on its edge. She bit her lip in pain. With new blood on it, she turned the key and let it play. Touched it on fire? Oh, I get it now. She always felt like saying yes to everything, so this being a only yes answer is... Oh, I see. I see. Nice storytelling. Okay, I like that. That's cool. That's like that's a cool touch you got there. The final step. She struck one of the matches. For a moment, she paused, watching the flame slowly travel down the stick. What was she about to do? What was about to happen? Was this right? She didn't understand the situation, but she dropped the match onto the music box. It quickly caught fire. With everything set in motion, Margot looked at the cat in front of her. The cat's pupils were wide. The flame reflected in her eyes. The flame grew bigger. Margot couldn't look away. She couldn't look away from the cat's eyes. Around them, the world seemed to disappear. The fire petered out. The stars, the distant light dotted the mountains. Everything was gone. They were the only things left. The cat flinched and yowled. Her eyes grew bigger, seemingly bursting from her skull. Her shoulder was stretched, and surrounding fur tearing away, and it hung slack from her body. Raw bone and muscle jutted out. The yowl gave way to human screams. Margot desperately wanted to look away. She had to look away, but she didn't. The smell was sickening, like burning and rotting. Fresh skin bloomed across the exposed muscle. The girl stayed hunched over, holding her stomach. She started to cough and gurgle. She vomited. Chunks of bone and congealed blood then void around them, between them.
This isn't right.
She wheezed out her words between sputters. Her gaze moved from the ground to Margot's face. Tears and blood ran down her face. Her hair stuck to the sweat on her forehead and neck.
Something went wrong.
Margot still couldn't move, react.
Did I do something wrong?
The world seemed to take all of her strength. The girl stared at Margot, clenching her teeth. She tried to stand up, but fell back down. What did you do? I don't know. The girl crawled to the book and scrambled through the pages. As she moved, Margot noticed a large tattoo on her back. It's the same thing as a symbol in the book. The girl's eyes darted across each page. This can't be right. There has to be another reason. She shut the book and wobbled again to her feet. Her knees shook as she stumbled to Margot. Margot wanted to move away as the girl placed her hand on Margot's shoulders. Margot could still smell the blood on her. The girl closely inspected Margot's face. Turned away and started slowly walking. We're heading back. Margot came back to her senses. Wait, but you're... The girl shook her head. No one else can see me. Thanks to you, I hardly exist. Lights were still off. The girl locked herself in the bedroom. Margot went to her bedroom. She felt too shell-shocked to do anything besides sit on her bed and wait. The door cracked open. Margot wiped her face. The girl walked in, then grabbed the book from Margot's bag. Margot quietly watched as she started flipping through it again. The girl looked from her book to Margot and back to her book. Finally, she looked up, visibly exasperated.
This is ridiculous.
I can only find one reason for this happening. I guess I'll start by asking. Do you have a soul? What? I guess? I'm not dead or anything. The girl sighed to herself. Maybe your memory was erased. You could be reanimated. What's going on? What's going on? What do you mean? You were a cat and now you're human. But you're asking about my soul now. It's not important. What's your name? She looked at Margot, considering her answer.
Clara.
What happens now? That's why I'm looking at my notes. I'm trying to figure that out. In any case, I don't want to bother you now. I'm stuck. There was an abrupt yell. Margot's bedroom door flew open and slammed against the wall. You went through my things? She had a bowl to her hand. Try to explain, I guess. I needed to eat. All day on my feet. And then I have to come home to do dishes. I washed it. I had to redo them. And now you're trying to go through my things? Do I need to put a padlock on my door? I needed to eat. You had all the dishes in your room. You're a little piggy. What? That's the problem. I need you to get up and wash this. It's already clean. She approached Margot's bed and grabbed her hair. Push her away. Margot shoved her away. Her mother crumbled to the ground. She started screaming. Don't you lay a finger on me! You're 18 now! Next time, I will call the police! Then you're out of here! She got up, clutching the bowl. You kissed college goodbye! You can kiss college goodbye! Slammed the door shut. In a daze, Margot collapsed onto her bed. Her scalp throbbed. Her ears were ringing. Through the thin wall, she could hear the sink in the kitchen running. The sound of her mother cursing over and over under her breath about what would happen next time. All Margot could do was wait for it to end. I spoke water myself. Whoopsies. Clara was gone again. Just like when she was his cat. June 17th. Wednesday morning. This weather sucks. How bad could Margot be at cleaning dishes? I doubt it's that bad. It has to be washed a second time. Surely. Surely it's not that bad at washing dishes, right? In the morning, Margot quickly got ready. There was no sign of the cat, or was it Clara now? She wasn't hungry. She rushed past her mother in the living room and headed to work. She didn't want to give herself a moment alone with her mother, or time to think about the night before. Work. She had to get her mind off of things. She had to compartmentalize. Think about the blood, the screaming. She didn't let herself lose focus. Forcing herself to forget about her trouble is what got her into the private school after all. She sifted through paperwork. Her free hand combed through her hair, finding more loose clumps. She realized how hard her mother had pulled her at her hair. Ugh. A sizable amount piled up on the floor next to her. Would leave her with a bald spot? Yet another permanent, visible scar. Another thing she needed to distract herself from. She closed the file on the desk. Maybe she could try talking to a resident. Margaret and Erica sat with one of the residents in the lounge. Gina, this is Margot. She is helping me out for the summer. Oh, nice to meet you. I don't know if you've heard about this, Margot, Regina is receiving a congressional gold medal next month.
Huh?
What's that? It's the highest civilian award. She was in the WASP program. Tina waved her hand. Margot politely smiled, but not wanting to ask 2 questions in a row. Erica, you've bragged about me to everyone here. It's impressive. It makes you a celebrity. Tina chuckled. I just did what I had to do. Margot silently listened to the 2 bantering. After work. Goodbye. Where? The restaurant. You told me the name. Why didn't you say say something? Marco sighed. She was conflicted. If she went home, maybe she got to Clara again to find out what's going on. However, she didn't want to be around her mother. Maybe she spent enough time out. Her mother would already be gone or asleep when she got home. Margot walked into the restaurant. Small hole in the wall near work. She looked around and found Fee sitting at a booth. He nodded at her. She breathed in. Hopefully he would be in a better mood today than he was in the movie. Sat down across from him. I was starting to think I got stood up. Sorry again for leaving early. It's fine. He grumbled to himself. There's some crazy chicks out there. I thought you left because of a work call. Lee shrugged. What am I get up to? I'll get dinner, okay? I'll get dinner, okay? I get a discount. I get a discount. Fucking voices. Okay. They ordered their food. How's your job going? Fine. I talked with residents today. Really got to hang out with people all day? Sounds easy. I don't think that's fair. It's your first job, right? You don't know how hard it can be. Like, I think I'd have to quit this job pretty soon. Why? Didn't you start? Yeah, but I don't think I'm getting paid enough. And they want me to take drug tests. I don't want to deal with all that. The food arrived. They sat in silence. He briefly looked up at Margot. Why do you keep messing with your hair? Her hand was still running through her hair, pulling out more loose strands. She folded her hands in her lap. I'm just tired. Margot wanted to change the subject. Looking at Lee, she noticed he was wearing a necklace with a pentacle on it. Is your necklace new? Yeah! I got it at a head shop that opened like a month ago. They have a bunch of crystals and stuff. Huh. Like, New Age stuff? What was it that happened with Clara? Was it magic? Well, you do that now? Maybe you should start going to church with me again. I'm just wondering. Speaking of, I found a weird Bible. That wasn't weird. There's a bunch of handwritten notes on it. Well, if it's a Bible, it can't be anything that weird. Margot picture the food, pulling it apart. I guess not.
I was just thinking that you look like the sort of person who would
Yes, we'll
enjoy one of our
hydrate.
fairy kiss
Is that
chillers.
showing up on stream? I actually just realized that. Is it? Is it showing up on stream? Yes, it is. Thank you for throwing anything at me. Thanks for testing the. Thanks for testing it. It shows up on stream. Thank you for that. I wish I could just press. I could just test myself as well. I forgot about this button I could just do. The test on being pinged, but nothing important. Okay, lovely. I guess not. Are you still living at home? For now, yeah. Yeah, I got an apartment. Marco smiled. You've been trying to get one for a while, right? Yeah, I finally saved up enough for a deposit. Marco's mind wandered from home to Clara. Maybe that store would be something that could help with Clara. Claire needed Margot to go get a music box in the first place. Maybe there were things she need for a spell or something that would fix whatever happened. How was it real? Was any of it real? You could come over for after this. Check out my new place! Margot grimaced. Maybe another time. Think of the stretch possum? Oof. Ooh, I need that. I need those cracks in my neck as well. Ooh. Oof. Oof. Thank you. Maybe another time. Evening! Margot came home and went straight into her room. She was happy about her dinner. Yeah, went. Lee's wallet went missing after she said she didn't want to see his apartment. I see. But she did learn something useful.
Margot.
Yes? What is it, pretty lady who's in my head? What is it, pretty ghost lady? Margot jumped in surprise.
Hey.
You're back. You're back. You can't go very far. Well, I have an idea. Oh? Apparently there's a store here that sells crisps and things. Maybe I could see if there's something useful for you. Like when I got the music box for you? Claire furrowed her eyebrows. I want to help. I want to help.
Oh?
Why? I feel responsible for what happened. I feel responsible for what happened. Like I messed up the ritual and now you're stuck. I see. Clara paced around the room for a moment, thinking over what to do. The first thing I need to do is see if you even have a soul. Get a clear quartz disc from that store of yours. And I need an instant camera. Okay. Claire stopped in front of the door. That's enough for you to start with. Let me know when you have materials. With that, she was gone. June 18th. Next segment's coming up, but also I don't know where the person is. They're not online. Are they online on Steam? No, they're not. Concern. 8 minutes. I'll message them in bits. I'll poke them. Thursday morning. Margot needed to focus on work, but her mind kept drifting. She knew she needed to get the quartz for Clara. But why? How would she have or not have a soul? How did that work? All Margot could think of was fairy tales about people selling their souls to the devil. She said to herself, after what she had seen this week, maybe those stories didn't seem too outlandish. There's a knock at the door.
Heya.
Hey! How's work?
Hi.
Hi. Good right now. Do you need help? Not really. My mom is here for a visit. Could I stop by and see if you're free today? I want to check out downtown. Ooh. I should get the quartz first. Unless I know sorry, I get the quartz.
No.
No, sorry. I have some things I need to do tonight. Beck shrugged. What time then? With that, she left. Later, Margot went with Gina in the lounge. Met with Gina in the lounge. Margot, it's nice to see you again. Thought you were rather quiet last time.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I had some questions, but didn't want to interrupt. What's on your mind? Margot twisted her hair between her fingers. I don't know a lot about the military. What's a WASP? Erica said that it was a big accomplishment. Oh, it stands for Women Air Force Service Pilots. Ooh, nice. We were a group that helped with Air Force during World War II. Oh, wow. Mainly transportation, target practice. Target practice? Yes, I towed the targets from anti-aircraft gun practice.
Seriously?
After talking for a while, I'll go check the time. That sounds dangerous and scary. She had to get ready to head out. Feel free to talk again time. And so you know, I used to be a teacher. Don't be shy about asking questions next time. Uncle smiled. Oh, do my best. After work, Michael wanted to try to find the store Lee mentioned. She told Clara she would check it out. Margot walked around the shopping center. There wasn't many shops, and Margot felt like she didn't recognize any of the stores anymore. She didn't anticipate how much things would change in 2 years. Around the corner, Margot saw a shop with an unusual, flashy display. Was this the place Lee mentioned? The sign said, Kakapeti, with an array of prayer flags, books, and crystals on the window. Margot sighed. It looked like any old, generic, New Age store. Margot wasn't surprised, considering Lee seemed to like the place. But she was disappointed. Maybe the store wouldn't be helpful after all. She shook her head. In either case, she felt too anxious to go in. Bruh, I turned out a date just for you to say no to walking into the goddamn room, into the store? What the fuck, Margot? Margot came home. In her room, Clara sat neatly on the floor, legs folded under her, looking through her book. She turned to look at Margot. Have anything for me?
No.
Not yet. I just scope out the store. Margot sat down next to Clara. I don't know if it'll be helpful. Would you want to go with me to check? I want to make sure I get the right thing. Clara shrugged. If you bring my book with you, I can. But... She looked away. I don't feel comfortable being outside in this body. You said no one else could see you, right? Well, it doesn't change how I feel. I'm still getting used to being human again. How long were you a cat? Clara shook her head. Another time. Okay. Clara turned her attention back to her book. Okay. Clara turned her attention back to her book. Clara furrowed her brow. Is this magic? Stuff with the music box. Your book.
Oh, no.
That is far too condensed. Understanding of what's going on. So, what is it? 18 years. 18? Oh. That's how long you were a cat? Yes. Margot's taken aback. So it's a baby, or not even born yet. Yes. So how old are you then? How old are you then? Clara seemed to be fully focused on her book again. Oh well. And with that, I'm gonna end the segment here. It's interesting. I think we're almost in the demo, but also I do have to get ready for the next segment. I also have to go run and dehydrate, so we're gonna close the game out for now. Actually, I'm gonna go yes. Devil's Limiнал's getting actually pretty interesting. It's not the game's pretty cool. I'm liking it so far. Looks fun. I'll have to put that on my list of games to try out as finish playing and play more of it for Civic Sunday. Another time though, because I got to make sure I'm ready for the next segment. So we're gonna go take these glasses off. We're done with the Yuri for the time being, for now at least. I'll take the logo away. I'm gonna go dehydrate and then also get ready for the next segment. So we'll be back in a few minutes.